we will camp in Wall Street tonight and the whole week, and hopefully we'll keep this movement growing and growing until our voices are heard.
And I came up today from Philadelphia to this Occupy Wall Street protest. So far, I'm just kind of surprised at the strength of the New York Police Department showing for what, you know, some people are banging some little drums and making some chants, but hardly seem to be even close to threatening.
As you can see behind me, thousands of people have gathered from a movement that was started by Occupy Wall Street.
In July sometime, Adbusters had posted on their website a call to come down to financial Manhattan and have 20,000 people occupy indefinitely until changes are made.
We'd like to understand why the people cannot speak where the heart of the problem is.
I'm here because Wall Street has basically bankrupted the United States economy, and the poor and middle class have been made to pay the price and are facing all the cuts and facing all the repercussions and facing all the consequences, and they didn't cause a single piece of it in the first place, and the people that did are facing zero consequences.
We have a whole lot of the public's money in the form of the New York Police Department being spent to protect Chase Manhattan Plaza. It would seem to me Chase Manhattan ought to be able to afford to have its own security guard if they felt that was necessary, because I saw there had to be 40 cops wrapped around Chase Manhattan Plaza, and there had to be a group of 6 or 8 standing there with their little, you know, plastic handcuffs ready to wrap people up. And I'm going, I just don't see these people as being that threatening, and I don't see why we're spending all that money, tax money, to defend a private guy's building. And this bull, which is kind of a neat statue from an artistic perspective, but I sort of don't believe anybody's going to pick it up and steal it, so I don't know exactly what they're protecting it from. 20 cops ringing this bull. I just think it's really interesting. I'm sitting here thinking, so what else is not being protected that maybe involves, oh, I don't know, average people?
Today is extraordinary. Today, for me, is a first. I got off the 7th Avenue down at the Wall Street stop. Never since 9/11 has Wall Street been, you know, closed off. And never has a demonstration been averted by shutting down the whole area. And according to some police people that I spoke to, and the police are really kind of apologetic.
I mean, I think it's amazing they're spending all this energy to largely, I don't know, it's almost as if to keep people from complaining about something which I think we've universally throughout the country been complaining about, which is the imbalance between, you know, the impact of money and versus people and on our political system, and it seems insane to kind of prevent us from talking about that.
I'm standing here in Zuccotti Park, and the mood is very optimistic. Everyone is very well behaved in terms of protesters.
Today we're at the Occupying Wall Street protest, and I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of positive energy. Before you get to the police and the barricades that are surrounding us, there's a lot of positive energy on the inside. You know, we bring love and compassion and hopefulness, and they bring guns and badges. So, you know, you try not to extend too far out to them.
Corporate personhood is kind of ridiculous. I mean, an organization of, you know, thousands of people is certainly not a person. And you know, and it's also a very small number of people who really control the whole corporation and control the flow of dollars. So really what you're doing is you're saying that these small number of people can donate unlimited amount of money into campaigns.
Well, basically what we have, the Supreme Court says in the Citizens United case, that corporations are people. It basically grants corporations rights that are bestowed upon by the Constitution upon people. But that's not the case. That's actually a perverse understanding of the Constitution. What we're saying today is that we are Citizens United for a government that want a government that's responsible to people and not corporations. That's our one demand. That's the only demand that we have. We want money out of our politics, and we want politicians that respond to people and not the banks and the corporations.
Well, I'm running for president. I'm not asking for a dime. I'm not going to put any money into it because you don't need any money. It's all media giants. It's all Rupert Murdoch. That's where it all goes. So what you do, all you need is a vote.
There's no question, but big money is influencing our politics. I think the real focus that we need to talk about is what can we as Americans do to change that. They may have the money and the power, but we have the votes.
Corporate funding of politicians and the fact that we don't have public elections, that whoever the highest bidder is can buy the politician, and anybody who's running independently of big money interests can't get their feet off the ground. They can't get the campaign going enough to even get in the public eye and get on the ballot.
We're getting tired of the revolving door between Washington and corporations, Washington and Wall Street. They're making a mockery out of our democratic system. I think citizens are starting to wake up, people are starting to wake up, and we've got to say enough, enough, enough is enough.
So many people who feel like us, we just need to get together.